Yeah, so yesterday, um, um, I'm in the wrong place, sorry. We're talking about, I think yesterday, uh, that by speaking Lashon Hara, you can hate your brother in your heart, which interestingly enough meant that he doesn't know that you do it when you're with him, you act like a friend. Then when you're not with him, then you speak Lashon Hara about him. And so the Chafetz Chaim was explaining that it's worse than if you say it in front of him in some ways, even though that you might be over other Yisurim if you say it in front of him. But if he doesn't know to defend himself even. And then we went on to say also that you can be over holding a grudge and taking revenge as well. So you can speak against him to take revenge. So, and then we also discussed how you could be over the issue of if you go and testify against him, if you testify against him as one aid, as one witness. So then that is an Easter, that's a prohibition even of itself, and a person would receive makos, would receive lashes for that. So I believe now we're at the at the lav of Yud Aleph, the 11th lav already, to show you how many lavim. One of them was 2 also. So there's already 12 lavim, 12 negative commandments that a person could transgress by speaking Lashon Hara. So he says now, V'kol zeh shekasavnu hu b'mesaper b'yechidi o shomea b'yechidi. Everything that we've been discussing up until now has been discussing if the speaker speaks by himself and the listener listens by himself. If that he should attach himself to a group of people that have evil intent, ubale lashon hara, kedei lesaper lehem, or a group of bale lashon hara, people who regularly speak lashon hara. Sometimes there's even groups of people that's what the whole meeting, they get together regularly and they have coffee or they have a couple of drinks or they play poker, and it's all about speaking Lashon Hara. They're Bale Lashon Hara Mamish. So, Kedei Lishmo Mehem, or you want to hear the latest stuff, you get together there because that's where all the good, Lashon Hara is spoken. Over Gam Kain Al Lav, Jelosia Akre Rabim Laros. You're over the lava, do not go after the majority in order to do evil. Shehu Azara Shalola Haskim Leschaber Im Ose Ovel Af Shehem Rabim. And this means it's a warning, it's a negative commandment not to agree to join with people who do Averas, even though that there are a bunch of people, a majority. I don't know what he means by that when he says Af Al Pi Shem Rabim, that maybe a person thinks that there's security in numbers, if all these people are doing this. I'm not sure exactly what the off is there, but he says that you can't agree to join with these people, even though that there are many. Maybe you think you're not really speaking, you're not really listening. I mean, you're not accepting it, whatever. V'ayin lakaman ba'os vav b'mitzvahs asin. He says, see later on, we'll get there in os vav, in the sixth positive commandment. Sham tireh she'ober gam kein al mitzvahs aseh al yedei hisbaruso hara'ah azos. You're over. I think what he's going to explain over there, an interesting thing, which is there's an Easter to sit with Bale Lashon Hara, even when they're not speaking Lashon Hara. To join with such people is in and of itself a lav. Va'ayin, a negative commandment. Va'ayin le'el bos daled, and see what we spoke about before in the 4th lav, bifnim v'masha kasavnu b'shem pirki de Rabbi Eliezer. If you remember that Rabbi Eliezer left his son Hyrcanus a command and part of it was not to join with people that speak Lashon Hara, but Savaso Levano al Inyan Zeh. What did he commanded his son on this topic? Okay, 12, Yud Beis. The imhu maksik machlokus al yedei sipuro. Many times when people speak Lashon Hara, it could be that they're actually lending strength to a machlokus, to a fight. We don't mean here some kind of principle discussion. We mean that people have entered into some kind of machlokus, and they themselves might be well-intentioned perhaps, but we start now speaking Lashon Hara. Many times, it could even be that great people have a debate, and then there's Talmidim can unfortunately start to speak badly about the other side. If so, they could be strengthened in machlokus. Over od alav delot ya kakarach ukadaso, and then you're over another law, which there's a prohibition in the Torah: do not be like Korach and his community. Shehu azara shalahachazik b'machlokus. Don't strengthen. Don't be one of those people that strengthens. Generally, a person should stay very, very far away from machlokus. Kedisa bes Sanhedrin, like it says in Gemara Sanhedrin. Okay, Yud Gimel. Let's do another one. Ufamim harbe matsui od lav echad. And many times it's commonplace that there'll be another prohibition. V'hu ma sheregilin harbe pamim levazos lechavero b'masav arishonim o b'fgam mishpacha. Many times people will say something negative about a person based on his earlier deeds. Perhaps the person didn't grow up from, or perhaps the person was, in his younger years was kind of wild. And so people make fun of him. Now he could even be a chashuv person, but it doesn't really matter either way. But they make fun of him because of his earlier deeds, or because he doesn't come from a chashuv family, that his family is not a family that comes from stock, and so they make fun of that. O b'miut chachmaso b'Torah, or perhaps they'll make fun of him because he doesn't have, in their opinion, does not have a lot of wisdom of the Torah. Oh, b'malachto. This is a very serious thing. Sometimes people will say, feel free to say that somebody's not very good at whatever job they do. And that could be very, very damaging to a person. A person could lose out on needed parnasa. And so that's a really serious thing to do. So, let's say you denigrate a certain caterer or whoever it is, it could cause tremendous, tremendous problems. So, call ish lefi anyano asher nomar lo devarim asher hachisuhu v'yavilihu v'lo yuchal le'azer mehem. So, what can happen with this? It all depends on the person, I guess, being spoken about. But by saying these things, you can anger the person or cause him to become upset. He can't has no ability to help himself from it. And even if you just say these things between him and you, in other words, you don't include others in this, you just say it to him. Over Allah lo sanu ish es amiso. You're over lo sana. Lo sana is not to afflict your fellow person. What it means is you're not allowed to say anything about to a Jewish person that would cause them pain. Anything which could be painful to them, you're not allowed to say it. And so by saying these things, making somebody's family, a lot of times we make people do it. They think it's funny. Maybe the other person doesn't think it's so funny. So it says here now, the areba onas devarim k'di isa b'bab mitzia. But kal v'chomer im hayazeh b'fnei anashim. So he'll be over this onus devarim, like we learn about mitzia. And if you're over it for being alone with him, All the more so that if you say these things in front of him and also other people, so now he sees that other people are also hearing these things. V'nimsa lefi zeh, and if you, according to this, shemagana lechavero bein b'rechilas ubein b'lashon hara, person who makes fun of, he lowers another person in rechilas or lashon hara, b'fanav ubifnei acherim, in front of him and others, milvad sheyesh alav lav b'lashon hara urechilas. It's not, if it's not good enough that he's over the lav of lashon hara and rechilas of tailbearing, kemoshe kasav la'el, over gam ken b'lav zeh. So he's also over this lav of onus devarim. Let's do one more. Yadalit. Ve'im ginahu kol kach b'devarim hanal, if that he makes fun of him with all these things that we've already discussed, but kiyotzi behem b'fanav u'b'nei acherim, and he does it in front of other people, the guy and other people, ad shenishtana panav al yidei zeh, until the person who he spoke about, his face changes. I think the Gemara says he turns white. And over gam kain al lav de lo sisa lav chet, you're over the ivera of not placing upon a person his sin. Shehizhira Torah b'zeh shelo levayish es chavero Yisrael afilu b'makom otachacha u'ben uvenim atzmo. That the Torah warns that even when you're giving somebody tochacha, which maybe in certain ways, in certain occasions, could be a good thing, right? Maybe it's your, you know, even if you could be doing it nicely, even. But if you do it in front of other people, so you're making it painful to him. Right? You can't in private do it in a way that hurts him. Even if you're doing it in private, it has to be done softly. It's usher to do it in a way which could cause him pain. So you have to speak softly. But if you do it in a harsh way, right? All the more so you shouldn't rebuke him in front of others. But that there shouldn't be anybody, it shouldn't be public. But if you humiliate him, if you whiten his face, I think the Gemara says, if I remember correctly, his face first turns red and then it turns white. Kavar karsuhu rabosenu zalmi olam haba. The Chachamim have already said that he is cut. Such a person that does such a thing is cut off from the world to come. Hamal ben espenei chavero b'rabim ein lo chelik la'olam haba. That's what it says in Pirkei Avos. Okay, we'll